Hello, hello, hello. Little Pilot, moin. Right, I think I said hello to the rest of you. Why is it so loud here? Hang on. Let me dial down the sim sounds just for a second. We're on the apron at Corfu Airport. And here she is. The Fokker 100. Beautiful. Looking forward to today's flights. So I hope you're all doing good. And yeah, big topic of course is the heat wave here in Germany. So I do hope you're all keeping cool as you can. Now let me see, my Streamlabs overlay is not working yet. Give me a second. And Organ Aviator, thank you, coming 12 months, 1 year of support. Heatwave, yeah, I mean last night, you guys in Holland, right, in Netherlands, you had really hefty thunderstorms. We didn't have anything really, so. And Svenja, guten Abend, wie geht's? Nice to see you. Right, so here she is, the Fokker 100. Excited to try it out. Now we did do a poll. Hey Winky, we did do a poll on my Discord, and I asked you guys to comment on A, if you already bought the add-on, or if you really will buy the add-on, B, if you are unsure yet, and C, that you're going to say, no way, this aircraft is not for me. And weirdly enough, most of you are still unsure on whether or not to get the add-on. And I said, well, then it's even more a reason to buy it and try it for you guys. Maybe I can shed some light on the pros and cons of this add-on. Hey Mark, wie geht's here? Right, I'll tell you what, let's yeah, Svenja, I know. I mean, yeah, I'm lucky here with the air conditioning now. So I'm very glad that I've bought the air conditioning. Yeah, Ghost, and that's really one of the things, isn't it? That the add-on is for people that have a certain connection with the aircraft. So be it that you've been flying it as a passenger
subscribers please make your way to the first class
in the past,
where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight and
it is somewhat similar to the MD-80.
Thank you.
Although not too much, but still. So let me just read out the message from Organ Aviator. So Organ Aviator, once again, thank you so much for the 12 months. And you finished your A-levels. Congratulations. So you'll be able to join the streams more often again. And you'll also be streaming soon. Very nice to hear. Thank you so much. Now, Aviamar, yeah, I didn't see any messages pop up. Now, for some reason, my labels here are not working. Let me just see if I can get it working somehow.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
there's the
aboard
message.
the Captain Black Box infotainment experience. New subscribers should now pick up their pass to first class. Thank you.
Avimar, thank you so much to you as well. Thank you for the...
Together we sweat. Abfahrt guten Abend.
Indeed, together we sweat. Thanks again, Avimar, for the 14 months, and I hope you're doing well. Even though it is very, very hot. Ah, man, Streamlab. I need to have that running. Let me just see if I can somehow get it working, connecting. Let's try.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks,
And
premium
der
flight
Drehstühlepilot.
entertainment will be served.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Air conditioning checked and ready to work.
Absolutely.
Kappa.
It is. I can have a look now. I've got it working at 22 degrees Celsius. So again, perfect timing for me with the air conditioning. Good. I have prepared now, guys. Today, I thought about what would be interesting to showcase regarding the Fokker 70 or the Fokker 100. And I came up with a few things that I found interesting. And so let me have a look here. Yeah. So I have prepared a little bit of stuff. So there's, I think, about 3 things I would maybe want to discuss today. So the confusing thing is regarding speed brakes and regarding lift dumping or lift dumpers. So the speed brakes, lift dumpers, speed brake. And yeah, one thing I want to try out is this stall prevention system. So this is something I do want to try out.
Could new subscribers please make your way
Voyager.
to the first class cabin, where complimentary
Dankeschön, Voyager, for the 48 months. Oh yeah, Voyager, it was you. Regarding the message regarding air conditioning. Voyager, ich hoffe, dir geht's gut. And Voyager, I guess you had thunderstorms yesterday, right?
I also bought the Fokker yesterday,
Oh, you did?
as I've been waiting for it for years, because I've seen it many times at Frankfurt in the past. The last visit of the Fokker 100 was in September 2023 from Carpathia, which was a charter flight for the Aberdeen.
Which was a charter flight for the Aberdeen football team for a game against Eintracht Frankfurt. After a couple of flights, I can say that I enjoy it and don't regret paying the 70 euros for the bundle. Okay, we will get to that. So, Lee, first of all, thanks so much for 16 months, and I appreciate that. And I'm sure you're enjoying your holiday. Now, let's see. Let's go to page 2 here. All right, and then we'll go through the flight plan in a second. Hey Fischkopf, wie geht's dir? You're back. You want to go back to Greece? Too hot here. Although I just saw the weather here in Corfu, and it's also let's see, 37 degrees or something. They said. Let's have a look here. 36 degrees Celsius. The EFB I've got here is from Sky for Sim. So it's an app which I bought many months ago, and I haven't really tried it. But today I want to try out the PDF files, especially.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel.
Yeah, same here in Bremen. We had
40
degrees. Well, almost.
Where
Pretty much the
complimentary
same.
drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Yeah, Voyager, that's the thing.
Good to see you, BB.
Yesterday we had some thunder. I did see some lightning in the distance, but where I live, there were no thunderstorms. And Ed Force 5, thank you so much for the 98 months. I hope you're doing good, Ed Force 5. Now, before we get going, let me try one more thing here, because again, it's the first live stream after my holiday, and strangely enough, my stream labels, which shows me the resubs, I do need that to work. Let me see if I can find reinstall it. Stream labels. second. Right, just reinstall that. I agree, install. Downloaded the wrong thing. Yeah, fish cop, and that's exactly the problem, isn't it? Because you know, if you have like 35 degrees, but like 50% humidity, it's not that bad. Ah, there we go. Got it working again. Look. Ah, yeah, fantastic, excellent. All right, thank God for that. And so I feel the same. As soon as you get like the you know, 70, 80, 90% humidity, that's where it gets really horrible. So Fishcup, I do hope you had a lovely holiday in Greece. And once again, thank you so much for your donation, Fishcup. And I did post a picture. We did enjoy a nice bottle of wine, and we saluted you. Thank you so much again. Lilienthal, wie geht's dir? Ghost, you got some thunderstorms and rain here finally. Okay, cool. Right, I'll tell you what, let's get going. So now regarding the first check, one thing you could do, you can use the checklist here on the yoke. So we can do that. So here's the first thing. So one problem I have is, and thanks again for the hype train coming in. Thank you so much. So the yeah, one thing I really dislike is when I read things like professional or what's the best term, study level, and I'm like, oh, like seriously, you know, what study level, and what gives the Fokker 100 or Fokker 70 the title professional? So what about the add-on is professional? Because in my opinion, while it's a nice add-on and it will suit many people out there, as it is a good add-on, but it's nowhere close to add-ons like, you know, the FENIX, FSLabs, PMDG, iFly, the Mad Dog X, etc., etc. It's this add-on is nowhere near that, right? Yeah, Paul. Yeah. So yeah, hey Master Ubi. So that's the thing, right? But don't get me wrong. While I will praise the add-on today, I will also moan about a couple of things I do not like and things I miss really in this add-on. Good, we've done that. So now we've got the batteries on. We're going to switch on the external power. Well, Avimar, let's start the first thing. SEPA DLC. We don't have working circuit breakers. There is no wear and tear system. Add-ons these days, if you call yourself professional or, you know, study level, you need to have you know, wear and tear system, a couple of failures, that sort of stuff. Because I have a feeling that many things here are, you know, basically scripted. So regarding systems, there is no real background interaction between the fuel system, the engine oil system, let's say, heat transfers. It looks very much like scripted displays again. So, you know, there are add-ons out there that are much better in this regard, and even cheaper than the price tag here. Yeah, Ghost, I'm going to try that over the next couple of days. The FlyBY A380, definitely. Right, I'm going to go left to right on the overhead panel. The aircraft itself, from what I have gathered so far, is fairly simple to fly and operate. Alright, I shouldn't lean too far out the window, but still. So my impressions was that yeah, there are some things. Back is off, nav lights on. A lot of things that are very, very simple, very intuitive to operate. So white light out, right? Here's a probe heats, window heats. Gonna arm the emergency lights. Let's do a APU fire test. There it is. And then we can do engine 2 fire tests. We'll do an engine 1 fire test. We can do a smoke test. There we go.
Flight slow. Pull up.
Yeah.
Terrain.
So
terrain.
some tests.
Pull up.
Yeah, so Lee, and the thing is, Lee, as always, you know, whatever I say here isn't you know, supposed to be some kind of baseline or you know, the only opinion out there. No, it's just my opinion, my expectations. When I heard about the release,
welcome aboard the Captain
advertisements, the you know, the influencer streams,
pick up their pass to first class.
those sort of things. Ed Force 5, first of all, Ed Force 5, thank you so much. Almost 100 months. Ed Force 5, 98 months. Resub, good to see you as well. Ed Force 5, thank you so much for that. And Adam, thank you for the 9 months. Thank you so much, everyone. So yeah, SEPA DLC, PDC function, not implemented. Secondary flight plan, not implemented. Engine out page, not implemented. There's many things here that are, you know, still missing, and I find those things very basic. So but let's get going here. So here's my flight plan. SimBrief OFP will insert that. The flight number is 941. So /941. The alternate is Vienna, FNIX A320, level 340. We'll change later on to level 330. Hey, Elias. Elias, I'm trying to think. Can you remind me what was not working with Pilot? Although I have to quickly do something here. Let me see. Push to tour. Yeah, there we go. The flight Bremen to Salzburg. I know that we had some issue there, but I can't remember. These functions are for version 2. Yeah, so Phil, Pilot, I did try holding, and I got it to work eventually, and I think I did a teardrop entry, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, oh yeah, and another thing is, you know, like integration with the METAR. So there is no you know, VATSIM ATIS option, is there? I mean, I can try settings. You can enter your SimBrief ID, but you can't do anything else. Okay, so whatever it was, it's working now. I'm connected on a VATSIM, so it does seem to work. But let me have a look here at my transponder. I'm not sure. Yeah, I should be on standby. And I should not be squawking VFR, that's for sure. Let's go 22.8 here. The EFB is almost identical to the one in the PA28. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Now we did file the departure route Olgat to Delta runway 16. Now the ATIS, I can have a look here. We have ATIS here. There's top-down control, Athena radar. And so we have 34 degrees, 1013, the QNH. I'm going to dial that in here, 1013. That should synchronize all of them, which it does. Yeah, fish cup, yeah, 16 is in use. So we'll take the 16 and we are going to choose the Olgat to Delta, which is a nice departure, early left turn around the airport. There we go. Another thing I found, I'm not sure if any of you have found the issue as well. It has issues intercepting the nav path if it's a flyby waypoint. So what it normally does, what I found, is that if it's like a 90-degree track change, it will overshoot. Right? It does turn prior to the waypoint, as it's a flyby waypoint, but it turns too late, and then it kind of overshoots and has to re-intercept. So you've got to be careful on departure routes, especially. And fly with Paul, Dankeschön. 38 months in total, Dankeschön. Thanks for the 38. Thank you so much. Right, let's continue. And I'm going to go with Graz. Now, Graz currently has... oh, actually, let me check that here in the EFB. Graz... is 160 at 8. I could imagine we may get runway 16 center. Oh, really? If you even overshot the localizer? Ooh. The weird thing is, I tried one ILS. I didn't... oh yeah, I did overshoot a little bit as well. I remember now. Yeah, I did. But then I used an RNP approach. Using LNAV VNAV. Which worked okay, I would say. Good. So again, this FMS version is very similar to the one in the MD-11. So if you know how to use that, then you will very likely have no problems here using this one. Now let me get my Naviggraph charts here, because that is a bit simpler to use. Import, we'll use that one. And then in Graz, let's have a look. If we do the 16 center, it only has an RP or VOR approach. But the question is, what's the arrival routing? Does that work? Whiskey Golf 822? Yeah, it does work. So here's Whiskey Golf 822. So we can fly the Golva arrival. Oh, the Murik. Disregard. Murik arrival. Oh, yeah. And if you want to fly along, guys, be careful. I had to really do my own routing there, because all the routings in SimBrief were invalid if you check them for the routings, and they all had errors in them. So this one I'm using today, which does look a bit weird, right? But at least this one's legal, so at least nobody will tell me off. Okay, there we go. So Murik to Mike. Yeah, that's the one we're going to do. So we'll use the RMP. 16 center, and then we'll use the Murek 2 mic arrival. Insert. Now let's have a look. Does it have the transition? 833. Yeah. 822. Ronot. Yeah. And then onto the RP approach. That looks okay. Excellent. Oh, darn, I forgot. We need to get the aircraft loaded quickly. What I will do, I'm going to do instant refueling. So we have about 7 tons of total fuel, which does give us a bit of extra. Yeah, so 7 tons of fuel, that's correct. And regarding boarding, and I'm going to use boarding using GSX, that we will do to see if that works. Request boarding.
Boarding requested.
Oh, it's outdated again? I just updated yesterday.
Do you want to board crew?
I'm going to get copyright strike, 100%. Studying over music. Right, let's stop that. Yeah, but the toilets don't work. I was really shocked to see that you can't open the toilets. You know, they call this professional, right? I mean...
Passengers boarding starting.
Yeah, right, Paul? I mean... Oh, and what about our INS in it? Yeah, align the IRS. Now, one thing, when you fly the MD-11 or the Fokker 70 Fokker 100, make sure that prior engine start you fill out these values. Don't ask me why, and I don't know if it's the same on the real aircraft, on the real FMS. Once you have engine started, you cannot enter these values anymore, which I found weird. I mean, I tried because I forgot the first time, and I couldn't enter the zero fuel weight value anymore. So, really, really strange. Now, since we are going to use SimBrief values, I can enter the value here, which should be 33.2. 33.2. And the CG should be here later on. So once it's boarded.
Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the
no toilet, no bar.
Where complimentary drinks,
there you go, look at the passengers.
Flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Iowa Scotsman, greetings to you. Shout out and thanks so much.
711 beloved.
Thanks so much for 64 months. Oh yeah, I made a viewpoint especially for this, because that's the speed brakes. So they do have spoiler panels on the wings, but these are not used for in-flight speed brakes. Only this thing here is used for speed brakes. These are lift dumpers after touchdown, but we'll talk about that later during flight. Good, we have the alignment already on. I have inserted that, but I'm going to leave that open. Oh, and another thing. So, again, regarding professional and regarding study level, you can't upload wins.
Hello.
Right? So you can enter them, yes, but you can't upload it. So, again, it's just something I find, you know, really, really strange that they would not do that. Now I can enter a average win component, let's say 025 at 20 on the init A page. Oh, it has an average. It loaded the average wind, but it doesn't load the you know, the legs.
May I see your boarding pass, sir?
the legs wins. Let's have a look here. So we're going to go Lisco.
Low.
Alright, can't do that. So let's go first of all Lisco. Let's do that.
Hello.
And then we'll use 025 at 20. And temperature is minus 48. At least that way we have something in there.
Darf ich Ihren
But I
Bord
find it
passieren?
weird that it still gives me... It says trip 4.6, is that
Darf
correct?
ich Ihren Bord passieren?
Trip 4.6? No, 3.9. That's where the difference comes. Now let me see, I'm not sure if I can change that. You see, I
Karte
can't.
bitte?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our aircraft. If there is anything that we can do to make your journey more comfortable, please let one of our flight attendants know.
So these
and
values
they will
can't be
happy to help.
changed, which is a bummer
We
as well.
kindly ask you to remain
That's
seated
only one
with your
ton.
seatbelt fastened whilst the remainder of the passengers board the aircraft.
Can't change that.
Hello.
We hope you have a pleasant flight.
Good question, I don't know. They're keeping very quiet. So we're still missing a couple of
Darf ich
passengers
Ihren
here.
Bord passieren?
Good, alright. Flight directors are on. And let's have a look. Do we have a first altitude on the departure routing?
Evening.
So what we will do is a visual climb up to 500 feet is required. 2 obstructions. Oh yeah, and by the way, Corfu, so Lima Golf Kilo Romeo, will have a new update or new release. Well, they said this month even. So once that comes out, we'll get the updated version, and we'll come here again. All right, so 500 feet.
This way, please.
When there's a perpendicular runway 16 component east, winds exceeds 30 knots. Visual climb to 1800. Yeah, I guess you have to be careful if the winds are very strong from the east. There's terrain here, and that's why I guess you have to be visual until 1800 feet in that case. But that's not what we have today. So climb straight ahead, Edinburgh 5 left turn, direct Golf Alpha Romeo view R, which will dial in straight away. Which is, that's it. Oh, we have to put that in the FMS. So progress page.
Darf ich Ihren Bord passieren?
So Golf Alpha Romeo. Golf Alpha Romeo. And then overfly Golf Alpha Romeo, Alpine 248 degrees to 10 degrees. And then we'll do the 12 dB arc, passing 292 degree radial. From Golf Alpha Romeo, we'll go left, intercept the 309 out of Kikira. So we need...
Boarding is complete.
boarding is completed. Very nice. So we have those two inserted. And so we're going to use traffic. And now, one thing I found really... Hey, greetings, said Oman. Greetings from Graz. Nice. Yeah, one thing I thought like, you know, I can't see the nav display for crying out loud, but of course it has a flight control lock, which is active at the moment. And then once that's released, you can actually see the nav display. So we should be able to see constraints. Yeah, constraints. Also strange that you can't zoom in more than 15 miles. Right. So we have both the VORs displayed here on the RMI. You don't have them on the display. Well, you can see the stations, but it doesn't have any any needles pointing to that, unless we can activate those here, which we can't. I'll just do that here as well while I'm here. It's the sound from the aircraft, yeah. Cool. Good. So then let's enter the CG 21, let's say. So in it, next page, let's put 21 CG. And then we have our trim indicator here. So we can set that marker there to 21 already. Electrically powered, it seems. Yes, Pixel, they have fixed the nav mode now, so I definitely like the iFly Max. I like it more than the PMG 737. So let's go here. So it's about 2.4, no, it's 2.8 or something for the trim. So we have 33.2 and 40.2 later on for takeoff. Yeah, 40 tons. Excellent. So let's do the performance calculation. So we'll take the ICAO Lima Golf Kilo Romeo 16 for departure. Dry flap automatic. Oh yeah, this aircraft actually takes off mostly with flaps up. So not even slat sail, which I find that so strange. Because for me, slats are like, you know, life. Because they just improve the high angle of attack behavior so much more. So the stall behavior. But here you don't need it. So 1013, 34 degrees. We're not going to force toga. Anti-ice off. And so imported the weights from the aircraft, imported live weather. And then we'll calculate. So here we go. So we have V1 136, VR 136, V2 142. Then flex, oh yeah, flap 0, flex 43. Transition 5000. So we can export the speeds to the FMS and then also export the toga flex, because you can do that manually as well here. For that you got, so now it's selected toga, but you can select flex and then select the flex temperature here, and it's supposed to be 43 degrees Celsius. So then what I'm going to do is dial that up to 43. There we go. So now it's 43, and we're supposed to have a takeoff power with an EPR of 1.62. And I'm going to activate this panel here as well. So 1.62 EPR for takeoff. Oh, Jave, that's really cool. This one here. Oh, I appreciate that, Jave. Yeah, I was looking for that. Thanks. Yeah, excellent. Okay, now it's broken. I guess I've played around with it too much. No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, all good. Right. Nice. So we got the takeoff speeds loaded. We have set everything here. And does it get... Oh, yeah, trim units 2.9, you see? So that's quite nice to see here as well, 2.9. Excellent. What about the aircraft doors? They're all closed. Let's start the APU, shall we? So I'm going to click on that, start the APU. Well, let me dial up the sim sounds a bit. Hey, Eisi, willkommen zurück. Wir waren in Urlaub. Now, are we going to do pushback or going to taxi out? Let's see. Now we're going to do pushback. Alrighty. So let's see. Power up we've done. So we've done the external lights. Alright, pre-flight. Emergency equipment was checked. Oxygen checked. The multifunction displays are on. The test panel. That's a backup. Is checked. Flight recorder on now. I'm not sure. Flight recorder is a cockpit voice recorder. Anyone know where I can find the flight recorder? APU's available. We have the APU feed, I believe, is on. Is that automatic? Because does it have like a warm-up for the APU bleed? Oh, hang on, there's another button there. Upper left. Oh, FDR. So this one here, ground control, it's like on the Airbus. Yeah, okay, so flight recorder is on. Aircraft documentation is on board. Right, preparation checklist. Circuit breakers were checked, pins and covers are on board, oxygen was tested, overhead panel is checked, main instrument panel is all checked, set, pedestal 20.8 pre-selected. I'm going to get a clearance in a minute. And park brake is set. Fuel quantity 7 tons. And serviceability was checked. Crew briefing is completed. Then we have before starting. Oh, there we go. Look, it does seem to have automatic warm-up time. I can hear the pack system now. Now the packs are off. Now for engine start, you don't have to switch the packs off, because with the engine start switch activation, the packs turn off automatically, like on the Airbus. Good, let's get the clearance. 34,325. 34. Oh, and by the way, tomorrow morning, hopefully, if the weather is improving by tomorrow morning, I will have my next flying lesson in the Cessna. Looking forward to that. Right, audio panel. Really strange here, but I have a feeling this has no effect. The volume.
Sri Lanka 1711, turn left heading 270, climb flight level 360. There 150, are you ready to copy?
Ready to copy, Qatar Airways.
The 150, clear to destination, micro 1 Charlie, departure
now
runway
for you guys, isn't it?
climb flight level 80, squawk 4340.
Welcome aboard the Captain Blackbox Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin?
Another thing I found really...
Hope you had a great trip. The nightstand says yes. Looking good and welcome back.
annoying is that you can't change sound settings here. I found that the sounds are very loud from the air conditioning, etc.
Level 280 for Itaros 3477.
And Nate, Nate, thanks so much for the 35 months, almost 3 years. Had a nice holiday, thanks so much. Yeah, we had good weather. Very good weather.
1551, Athena I-10 proceed direct, Kilo Romeo Kilo, climb flight level 360.
So I have to dial down the sim sounds to 20%. Is there a headset mode here, a headset simulation?
Yeah, 288, Athena identified, proceed direct route on, climb flight level
Not
3.
found anything.
Direct route on and special 320, right? Into
Yeah,
AA.
you might use space bars, like GG's. Right. Athena, good afternoon from Austrian 941 in Kikira. Hello.
Austrian 941, hello. Are you ready to copy clearance?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Austrian 941, stand by, call unit.
Right, we're ready.
Enter R150, request.
Enter 150. Enter 150, push and start at rotation.
Last look, wait, on, enter R150.
Austrian 941, clear to destination, Olga 2 Delta departure runway 16, climb flight level 80, squawk 3737.
Austrian 941 is cleared to Graz via the Olga 2 Delta departure runway 16, initial climb level 80 and squawk 3737.
Austrian 941, clearance correct, break, Sri Lankan 171.
Nice, okay, so we got the Olga 2 Delta as expected, and the squawk
730, monitor uniform
37.
bye bye.
So 80 is set, which means exactly as briefed, guys. So 500 feet, left turn to the VOR, outbound 248 to 10 miles, and hopefully we get a direct.
Frosty 58, caution, there's traffic at your
Yeah, Alima,
flight level 3.
I agree, there's so many add-ons these days available.
Bye bye.
Oh yeah, by the way, if you click on the flaps schedule here, it will set the speeds on your standby airspeed indicator as well. Now you have your speeds on your prime flight display, but now we have them on the standby.
Kiligram for Itaro 3477, thank you, bye.
Anyway, okay, so let's have a look at the items. So I'm going to get the beacon on. External power
best
off.
I can give you is route on. Direct route on.
Yeah, we are already going there.
Wait for the chocks to be removed as well.
Athena radar low, this is Mahana Air 313 with
And then
you.
hopefully we're going to get the pushback working here at GSX. Good. Before starting, seatbelts are now on. Then we have fuel panel set. Yeah, fuel panel set. Nothing in center tank. Windows and ProPeat. Window and ProPeat's on. Then we have takeoff data.
Departure checks completed. Bypass been inserted.
Transponder
Enter R150, requesting up.
is on transponder.
Enter 150.
Arm slides announced.
Papa, flight level 140.
Arm doors.
Alpha 0, set over.
Shocks are released, fantastic. And
Enter 74 Yankee Zulu, Quintos ready to taxi.
and beacon is on.
Taxi Alpha via Alpha 2, enter back correction taxi via Alpha. Alpha 1, hold short runway 34.
Taxi Alpha 1, hold short 34, enter 74 Yankee Zulu.
On the runway call, you have the runway side.
We have the runway side.
On the runway call, 340 behind the north, runway 34,
Now,
left.
The runway 34, on the runway call.
Enter 150, ready to taxi.
I'm going to put this to V2, so it's going to take the V2.
Enter 150 by Alpha 3, runway 16,
Hey,
clear
Goofy.
for takeoff, wind 230 degrees, 8 knots.
Disregard.
Alpine 1631, confirm direct.
That was the wrong button. Oh, I've broken it now.
Alpine 161, turn left, heading 230.
Left heading 230.
From Z5 Mike Victor, descend via Astus 1 Papa, arrival 6,000 feet, QNH 1014.
I guess we have to restart Quattro manually.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, that's GSX for you.
I again 288 request 5 minutes out of cockpit.
Quattro.
288 up to report back.
Roger.
Quattro.
Ligurian 74 Papa, descend flight level 80.
Descend 80.
Alpine 161, do you have Kilo Romeo 601 available?
For 240.
Let's have a look here.
DM736 identified, proceed direct route on climb flight level 360.
We climb flight level 360 and direct route on.
Right, let's try again.
Victor 49 Quebec, monitor Unicom, man to decimal 8, bye bye.
What is the decimal 8 today? 49 Quebec.
Austrian 941 requesting push start out of position 6.
Austrian 941, push and start approved face north.
Push start approved face south, Austrian, push approved face north to confirm Austrian 941.
Correct. Alpine 1631, proceed direct Kilo Romeo 601, clear RMC, runway 34.
Departure checks completed.
Direct Kilo Romeo 601, clear for RMC, runway 34, Alpine 16.
What am I supposed to do when they call me? I have no idea.
From the 5 sector, northward, some traffic pattern out, clear visual approach, runway 32, report final.
Is there a standard view for the pushback truck, or? It's a new feature. Hang on, let me just go.
601.
On that. Right, so we're going to push back. Facing north.
Advance 462 left Delta, Mountain Unicom, man to decimal 8, bye bye.
Release working brakes, please.
Right, good. So we're going to release the brakes now. Where can I get to the cameras? Is it cameras? Pushback. Ooh. Hang on. Can't see anything.
Straight out there, request.
Oh no, I'm on the road again.
782, climb flight level 380.
Thank you so much.
Doesn't matter. We're blocking the road, that's okay.
Enter 150, identified, climb via side.
Yeah, I didn't update, that's true. Right, let's do engine start. So we've done the checklist. Set parking brake. So engine start. Let's start engine 2.
Correction, like
and you hear the...
for Papa, descent 5,000 feet, QNH 1014.
No, we are facing north. It's just... I should have pushed, I guess, over here. But then I thought I'm going to block all the traffic, so... Good, anyways. So we have about 20% N2. Here comes the fuel.
Don't get any my calls. Back gate Alpha 3, taxi Alpha Stanford. Alpine 161, runway 34, clear to land, wind 230 degrees, 8 ground.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect. 4 out and 161, wind stop it.
Good. Engine is stabilizing. Let's start engine 1.
Agent 288 is back in the cockpit. Agent 288, Roger, welcome back.
And again, so we have these digital indications and also the stripes here regarding N2, N1, etc. But I prefer these indications, especially when you know, flying and landing. I'd rather look at these displays than the smaller ones down here. Right, here's 20%. Fuel on.
Hello, A2, Athena, copy, report Yannen.
Tow track disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
No, it's not a leap.
Left is clear, right is clear.
Well, I mean, it does take a bit of time to spool up. So it's not instant.
Enter 74 Yankee Zulu, report ready for departure.
Are the window shades working? I think not.
Report
Are they? No, I don't think so.
Thank
you very much. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Good. Let's do the before taxis. We'll switch the APU off. The rest is as we have it set. Then now let's see. Do we need to do the? We don't have flaps. We got the trim set. So let's do before taxi. Anti-ice is off. APU is off. Alert lights are out. Status is good. Flaps are set to 0. And the trim is set. And ground equipment is smooth. So that's before taxi checklist complete. Now, very important. The lift dump. Yeah, lift dump is armed on taxi out. So I think we'll have a look at the manual in a minute once we're airborne. But I think it said you have to be sure that you select flaps before you select the lift dumps. Otherwise you're going to get an error message or something. We will see. Good. Flight control check we'll do on the taxi as well because we have the control lock still on. Which means we'll request taxi.
Runway 34 cleared for takeoff, wind 340 degrees, 9.
Yeah, Abimar. The only thing I noticed was the overshoot. Austrian 941 requesting taxi.
Austrian 941 taxi via Alpha, holding point Alpha 3.
Okay, via Alpha, holding point Alpha 3, runway 16, Austrian 941. Good. So, lights are on. We clear left, clear right. Parking brake released. My tiller should be working. Off we go. And TV Revenge, hello. You did buy the Fokker. You felt obligated as a Dutchman. Yeah, I can imagine. Right, let's activate my Tobii eye tracker. Let's do a brake check. Yeah, brakes are working. And then let's see. Taxi out. We have nav systems. Now we can select nav and we'll select profile for the climb power. So the FMP is set. Climb IAS Alt V nav.
Cruise at 340.
Flight level 38, 340.
Yeah.
Thank you. Climb to 340.
Fuel levels open, and then we have the lift dumper armed. Is armed for the RTO. We're going to select auto brake RTO.
Climb 180, enter 75
And transponder is set. Flight controls. Alright, so we're going to take the control lock.
161, vacate right, taxi right, Alpha, stand.
Control lock off. And then we'll do the flight control check.
Alpine 161, thank you.
Flag controls are working. And that's the taxi out checklist complete.
Austria 941, are you able immediate departure?
Austria 941. We did about 1 more minute.
Tunisian 782, monitor Unicom 12.8. Bye bye. Unicom 12.8.
Good. Let's not get rushed here on the first takeoff. Before takeoff, cabin ready warned. Takeoff config. There's a button here. And then it says takeoff config norm. Brakes were checked. Strobe lights for departure. On. And
57 whiskey, descent flight level
transponder TARA.
601, descent flight level 80.
TARA. Traffic is on. And weather radar. Oh yeah, weather radar. It does work here. Interestingly enough. So let's have a look.
From the 5 mile Victor, runway 32, clear to land. Wind variable 3 knots.
Oh, there's traffic coming in. Okay, let's get the park brake on. Weather radar. Weather radar.
Kalispera Lufthansa 1224 heavy passing flight level 280 clamping flight level 400.
Franza 1224 Athena hello identified.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you. Yeah, I knew I had it somewhere, but I was looking for a button. Yeah, now it's on. Okay, so weather radar is on. Crew briefing is complete, it remains the same, and takeoff clearance to go. Austria 941 is now ready for departure.
Austria 941, it was a pretty tight gap. Standby, one arrival at for runway 34.
Okay, no problem. Standing by, holding short, 16 Austria 941. That's no problem.
Going for Papa, runway 34, clear to land. Wind 230 degrees 8. That's an report, back.
So we're going to fly this beauty to Graz. Flight time about 1 hour 40. And then on the second part today, second stream today, we'll fly the Fokker 70 down under in Australia. We'll have a look how that goes. And we're flying to Hamilton Island.
Monitor Unicom,
it should be very beautiful.
Bye-bye.
Lee, dankeschön. Fix the trees in Corfu. For the island? Because they're, you know, they've got to release a new update for Corfu Island. Or the Corfu airport add-on. On the airport.
Guitar 168, Athena identified.
Oh, this one. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Proceed direct Olga, climb flight level 360.
I was just about to say which trees. But yeah, I can see them now.
122.8 for Mahan Air 313. Thank you for your service. Bye bye.
Yeah, Gaia.
Guitar 168, say again.
Exactly, Gaia simulations. Yeah.
Guitar 168, direct Olga, Oscar Lima,
beautiful.
Confirm climb flight level 360.
So where's the traffic?
Level 360. Korean 578, send 5,000 feet.
Anyone see a traffic? Oh, there he is. No, it's not. It's just dirt on my screen.
Radar, good evening, Emirates 225, flight level 30.
Emirates 225, Athena identified. Proceed direct Nemes, expect Nemes 1 Quebec, arrival runway 03 left.
34. There we go.
Direct Nemes 1 Quebec, arrival for 03 left, Emirates 225.
I don't see any traffic. Yeah, TV Ranger, I'll do that I'll do that, you know, on all the next streams. Oh, now I see the traffic. Yeah, here he is. Yeah, I can see him now. Thank you much, good friend. Yeah, he's top-down controller. Yeah, he's controlling lots of airports today. Yeah, nice. What aircraft is that? Oh, it's an ATR. It looks like. Oh, there's people here. How cool is that? Nice spotting there. Look at that. Yeah. Correcting. I would say slightly high. Correcting.
Enter 74 Yankee Zulu, proceed direct Dimis, climb flight level 360.
Direct Dimis, climb flight level 360, enter 74 Yankee Zulu.
Nice. Maybe a bit flary, but all good. Not too bad. Yeah, good friend, I would imagine, because of the noise abatement, so when the wind allows for landing 3-4 and departure 1-6, I would say, yeah, they would do that.
Austrian 941, runway 16, line up and wait.
Runway 16, land and wait, Austrian 941. Good.
Austrian
So we have the takeoff clearance received.
Stand 5.
And that is the before takeoff checklist complete. Good. So 500 feet, left turn to the VOR. VOR number 1. Hey Lisa, wie geht's?
Austrian 941, runway 16, clear for takeoff. Wind 2303 right now.
Runway 16, clear takeoff, Austrian 941. Cool. So let's get the landing lights on.
Cleared RMP 34.
So Lisa, you will be happy to see that we're flying this beauty.
Lacuyan 57XA 2900.
Good. Let's get the yoke cam on. And let's reset the chrono. Are we all ready?
LL396.
Let's go. Takeoff.
Identified. Proceed direct Ectos.
So look for 1.62. That's a bit late for the call. Yeah. 1.62 is set.
80 knots.
Checked.
V1, rotate.
Right, one thing, once it gets rotating, you have to relax the yoke, otherwise it'll rotate too fast. That's right, just coming up. Enough. So we're looking for 900 feet. Oh yeah.
Monitor Unicom, 122.8.
Here's 500 feet, turning left.
Unicom on 122.8, again 288, bye bye.
Red, you can look with their 690 outside of 350 bound to lookout. With the 6 miles Sierra identified, expect Astus 1 Papa arrival, VOR Yankee, runway 32. Astus 1 Papa,
what? 18 degrees? Yeah, it is accelerating quite fast.
Austrian 941 identified, climb by SID, flight level 240.
By SID, climb level 240, Austrian 941. So now we have climb power, 240 is set on the SID. So we're turning towards, oh. Yeah, there's a lot of trim here. Yeah, my pitch was a bit low, I guess. Yeah, maybe 15 degrees would have been better. Quite performant. Packs, they are automatic.
Good evening, hotel,
so here we go. Here's the
inbound.
TCAS should be on. Yeah, it's on TARA. Traffic is on.
Identified. Then right, heading 290, climb flight level 450.
Here's autopilot.
Heading to Nana 0, coming to level 4.0.
Oh, yeah.
Station calling, say again.
Very cool departure. So we are on profile, climb, so we'll now accelerate to 250.
703, Athena identified.
Now, here's what I mean. Here's what I mean with the turn. You see how it's supposed to catch the 12 dB
flight level
arc,
360.
right?
Flight level 360.
What it should do, it should turn at this waypoint here,
Confirm climb flight level 360.
and then
Flight level 360
not overshoot.
and confirm any direct possible.
But I promise you,
negative for now.
it will overshoot.
And the radar, Apollo 82.
At least that's what I found. So again, it should be maintaining about 12 dB arc.
Buffalo 82.
Right, so let's see how it does it. Hey, cargo pilot. Let's see how it works. Transition is in. Transition is in 5,000 feet. Here's 5,000. Standard. Is set.
With the 6 Mike Sarah, I think I gave you the wrong arrival. Expect Astus 1 question 2.
No, because Sapphire Wave, it should, in a nav mode, it should take the speed and the ground speed into account to adapt for the turn.
Hotel Bravo Juliet Romeo Hotel, proceed direct.
So it shouldn't matter. I mean, you're allowed to fly 250 knots. It doesn't say that you have to maintain the slower airspeed on departure. So it would be, you know, allowed to fly 250. And the flight management system should calculate the turn radius automatically.
Austrian 941, proceed direct Olgat.
Direct to Olgat, Austrian 941. Thank you. Right. I've heard direct Olgat, okay, so the problem is if we go and activate it directly, it'll turn. So you don't have to activate the moment you press direct to Olgat. So look here. It should have turned by now, but it's not turning. You see? So it's waiting until it's at almost at 12 miles, and then it turns. And that is not a fly over waypoint. Right? I don't know why it's doing that, you see? So again, you know, professional? Study level? No. No. And you're supposed to stay within 1 mile on the arc. And it's overshooting that by probably a mile at least, 2 miles. Hey Toto, yeah, like I said, so it is one of those things I've noticed. Back to Olgat. Beautiful. Oh yeah. Gorgeous. Nice. Coming up 10,000 feet. It'll then accelerate to the climb Econ speed now, 299 knots, fairly fast, but we have a high cost index of 100. So here's what I mean, right? In its B page, you cannot access that in flight. So any page you try to get to the settings regarding weights. If anyone knows, let me know. The flight model feels okay. There's one thing though that I don't like very much, but that has to do with many aircraft here in Max FlightSim. So when you deviate from your target speed, oh, sorry, was that for the Austrian 941 over Unicom?
Austrian 941, correct. Unicom, 1 2
22 played. Thanks so much. Have a nice evening. Bye bye, Austrian 941. Yeah, so it's just something when you have, let's say, you trimmed the aircraft to 140 knots approach speed. What happens is, if you deviate here in Max Flight Sim just a tiny fraction from that speed, the nose drops quite drastically. If you go over speed a little bit, the nose rises. So you're constantly fighting, and IRL, it will not have such a big impact. So 3 knots high, fast or slow to your trimmed speed will not make a huge aerodynamic impact. Right? It will not. Sure, it does. Alter the trim requirements ever so slightly, but here in Max Flight Sim, it's just too much. I always find that for people that don't have a force feedback yoke, they will struggle, especially if it's like windy, right? So let's say you get a 5 knot, positive gust, then the aircraft nose rises like crazy, and vice versa. So, yeah, that's something I've noticed here in the Fokker as well, unfortunately. Hey, Courtmaker. You had the Fokker 7100 package back in the FS9 days. Nice. Those were the days. Now again, the add-on itself is nice. It's a good add-on. Don't get me wrong. It's a good add-on for the normal flight simmer that has a certain connection to the Fokker 100 or Fokker 70. That just wants an aircraft that flies A to B without, WASM crashes, without crashed desktops, that has a nice FPS performance, that has a somewhat basic functioning and reliable FMS system, which it does. It has, a good EFB integration, which it provides. So that's all good. Okay, so there's no need to complain here. But if I hear claims about it being professional or study level, no. No, for that it's just missing so many features that other great add-ons have. So you just have to be aware of it on that, right? Yeah, I got a little bit of tan. Yeah, we had some nice weather on Fehmarn. And we were lucky. It wasn't that hot, actually. It was like 25 degrees, 24 degrees. We did lots of cycling, went to the beach. So yeah, I had a great time there. Yeah. How are you doing, Port Wagner? I hope it's not too hot where you are. Exactly, Toto, right? And I talked about it. So if you look at the departure route itself, you're supposed to fly until 10 DMEs and then do the intercept for the 12 DME arc. But while the FMS had that 10 DME waypoint in here, it also had another waypoint. It was kind of pseudo waypoint at 12 DMEs. And so it was flying until 12 DMEs before actually starting that arc intercept, which is wrong. It shouldn't do that. No, Sapphire Wife, I was on holiday until Friday. So tomorrow morning, hopefully, if the thunderstorm is clear by tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, then I've got another lesson tomorrow morning. And then maybe another one Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll see. Trying to get pushing now to get the SEP or the SEP this month. Court market is scorching hot. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I was so lucky that we had the air conditioning finally after many years, and the upper part of the house installed. So we have 2 huge rooms, which is below the roof. And both of these now have very nice, very quiet air conditioning, which is great. So the pseudo waypoint is correct that the FMS had it in there, but as it's not overfly, it should have done the calculations to turn earlier. Oh, hey, Umberto, that was you? Nice, you did have a nice landing there. Yeah, if you rewatch the stream, you'll see your landing. Looked very nice. Yeah. Flybe 757. We were on a German island in the Baltic Sea, and up there we were lucky because we were like in the coolest part of Germany. So yeah, it wasn't that. It was warm, but oh, at least I can imagine. Yeah. If you sat here, IRL, yeah, that would be very, very loud. The problem is, so I have to dial down the sim sounds. Look, I had to dial them down to 20%. This is 100. But there's no other sliders for, you know, separate sounds like the air conditioning. And now I have the feeling the air conditioning is so loud again. Oh yeah, and Toto, I am planning to start the Challenger 650 tour on Pilotage very, very soon. I will let you know. And then we'll see if we can get some people flying along again as passengers. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah, Avimar, would it be a pleasure? Well, maybe Avimar, maybe you could be my co-pilot if you want. Cool. I'm gonna check the. We'll see. Have you done, Avimar? Have you done any more flights with the Challenger lately? So where's my... that spot? That's good. We did some pattern work today, which is really nice. It seems like there's no ATC over... Austria. Let's have a quick look here, show weather. Right, 240, but guys, somebody was asking about an overshoot. So let's do the normal intercept. Let's see if it overshoots the altitude. Oh, that was with the 172. Nice. Yeah, I've done some patterns as well today for tomorrow. No, so it's doing the intercept quite nicely. I did not overshoot the altitude here. Out. Alright, let's go 340, and then we have to switch 330 at some point. So let's go. Lever change profile. Climb power. Alt blue. Let's dial that up a bit. Now tilt. It doesn't have automatic tilt, so let me tilt down to about 2 degrees. Yeah, tilt 2 degrees. And if I'm not mistaken, there should be some weather around Austria, but it's a bit north of Graz. Let me just check the current radar picture here. So let's have a quick look here. Yeah, so there's some thunderstorms in Austria, but here's Graz. So it shouldn't affect this. There's one little thunderstorm to the west of Bremen, but nothing much really. So it's not looking too bad. Nobat, hello. Oh, really? Ah, okay. So I mean, so Nobat. First of all, GG for for coming out here and telling that you failed your line check last month after flying the A320 for 3 years, and it has taken a hit on your morale. I fully understand that. No, so normally, it of course it depends on the airline, but normally. But I mean, did you have your recheck already? Because normally, I mean, if you want to become an instructor, there often is a 3 or 5 year time period where you may be blocked from taking on any training positions, but otherwise. At least to my knowledge and for what I've experienced in my career, it should not have a long-term effect regarding your career. So it should not have any issues regarding, if you want to become a commander, captain at some day.
You are now free to roam about the cabin. However, for your comfort and safety of those around you, we recommend keeping your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated.
Oh really, Avimar? Oh nice, so you're doing the CAT ratings on Pilot Edge. GG. And you passed your CAT 9 before the stream started. Nice. So Avimar, isn't it exciting when you do those check rides? And if it's any consolation, I failed one of the CAT 9 ratings. The CAT ratings. It was the one where you have to go fly through a Bravo, an airspace Bravo, somewhere over LA, I think it was. And the stupid thing I did was I climbed above the Bravo airspace, so I overflew it, and then I was wondering why. I didn't get the correct clearance, etc. And then after I passed it, then she said, "Oh, I'm sorry to tell you that you failed your CAT rating because you didn't fly through the airspace Bravo." Yeah, nomad piloting, it should not have any of these effects regarding you becoming a captain. So imagine this. You can fail a simulator check ride at some point. You can fail, line checks. But the thing is, these check rides sometimes are tough, and everyone can have a bad day. So even though the failure rate may be low, it still should not have any impact. The only reason why you should not be allowed to go into captain's training is if you had some major deficiencies, over your career regarding your check rides, especially the sim check rides. Then maybe. But I know how it feels like to fail an exam or check ride, so you just have to put that behind you. If anything, see that as motivation to become better, work hard, study, and anything else, like I said, anything else is sometimes just having a bad day. Yeah, but don't despair, right? Don't worry too much about it. It is stressful and rewarding, Avimar, I agree. Yeah, so nomad piloting. And here's the thing. Being an airline pilot over many years is tough, because you have your job, your role as an airline pilot, but you also have your life outside of aviation. So you have maybe family, you may have health issues from time to time. There's so many factors, outside factors affecting you, that can, there's a saying that everyone has their own personal rucksack, so their own bag that they carry with them, and that bag sometimes is fairly empty. You're feeling good, you're healthy, your private life is brilliant, all's good, so your rucksack is very empty, very light, so you have lots of kind of buffer, and your stress resistance is very high. But there may be some other times in your life, and I had times in my life where I would say my bag, my rucksack was at its limits, and I was on my limits. And honestly, it wouldn't have been surprising at any point that in that part of my life that I could have failed a check ride as well, simply because I was just so stressed out already with all the stuff going on in my private life. And these are things that you have to consider. So like I said, good times, bad times, you just have to move on. Try to learn from that experience. Yeah, but again, you should not get into a negative spiral, like a self-doubt spiral. You've come to this point. You've done the hard part. You've done the training. You've already had some check rides. You've proven many times that you have everything you need to be an airline pilot, right? So to sometimes get thrown over by something is something you just have to live and deal with. Just take it and say, I'm going to try to learn from it, and onward we go, right? Don't let it drag you down too much. Right, here's Budapest. No, not Budapest. I was just saying, that makes sense. Italy. I don't know what that is. But here's Split. There's Zadar. But that's not Budapest. It will be LH Bravo, so Lima Hotel Bravo Papa. Now, performance-wise, it is trying hard to get up to cruising level, which seems somewhat realistic. Now, we've got to be careful at Lisco. Past Lisco, we have to descend level 330 because we're going to odd level. So we're changing track from 313, so northwest, to more a northeasterly heading or track, and that's why we have to be on an odd level. So past Lisco, reminder 330. Yeah, flyby 757. We can try that. Yeah, sure. Because let's say you take I don't know, some add-on, and you can slew, maybe use some FSI panel, put yourself into a fix on the Atlantic, and then we can do that. Too low simulation. You lost your medical 6 months ago, so wait to see if I could get back flying. Oh, okay. I wish you all the best. Because I know you want to go back flying. So yeah, I wish you all the best for that. Yeah, and nomad piloting, the first step, if you are in training, so remedial training, just ask for feedback. you know, to tell the instructor, hey, you know, I want to get better. I want to see, you know, how I can improve on my deficiencies and get back to normal track. You know, what's your suggestion, right? Show that you're motivated. Show that you want to. I'm sure you are motivated. So just, you know, show it and show that you know. Yeah. There we go. Here we've got Alt. Quiet. How would you say that? It's a little triangle here. Alt. And now we've got Alt 340. It's a bit slow. Because it's showing we should be at 255 indicated, which would be Mach, I don't know. But again, this is just a weird thing, right? It doesn't tell you what your cruise speed is supposed to be, which I find strange. Oh, here we go. Disregard this. Oh, hang on. It's Econ Cruise. Turbulence speed. Well, why doesn't it tell me what the speed is? Hey, Bruno. And again, I wish you all the best. Yeah, so I'm not sure how you prepare or how you revise things, but for me, what I've always done, I've made lots of notes. So, you know, for each phase of the flight, let's say, or for each airport, you know, I've always made notes. And then I can show you something what I mean. And then, you know, from those notes, then I just simply, you know, I have that kind of nicely laid out, and then, you know, try to explain it without using too many words, right? Let's see. Let's look here. So as an example, this would be something, you know, right? Big topic electric, right? Right. So these are notes, you know, you would take and then try to just, and I'm a very visual kind of person, meaning I need pictures, I need, you know, kind of, yeah, this kind of format in order to really be able to learn and memorize these things and not try to get it too complicated. Hey, C120, nice to see you too. And again, you know, don't make it too complex, right? These sort of things. Yeah, like flashcards, exactly. Remember when I did the 787? Let me see if I find that somewhere. The 787 rating. I did the same there as well. I'll try to look if I find it quickly. was that? Oh, actually, it's on my iPad. Give me a second. You had upset recovery session today and knew exactly what to do procedurally, but when my theorists start asking the whys of the concept, like asking why the aircraft is behaving this way. Okay, yeah, so I have a feeling you're kind of blocking, you're kind of getting a mental blockage. And, you know, it's like again, in a spiral, right? Because you're trying to find the right words and then you kind of tense up because you have the feeling, oh my God, I have to answer right now and I can't get the words together correctly and then I'm going to look like a fool or something, right? So yeah, it's something you have to learn and get comfortable with. But I think the important thing is that the instructor can see that you do know the basics, you do know the theory. But you know what? No, but piloting. Have you told the instructor that, hey, right, yeah, tell the instructor exactly how you feel. Like, I'm really tensed up now because I failed my line check. You know, because I do know, I study hard, I do know these things. It's just I tense up, and you know, him, which I assume is a good instructor, he will understand. And yeah, be open. You know, be open with him. Let him know. You know, about your feelings, and so on. Let me just have a quick look here. Summaries. Yeah, you have to just be open with your instructor there. I mean, he needs to know how you feel, and he needs to, you know, he needs to make sure that he understands and gets an atmosphere going where you start to feel comfortable again. Because you know, when I had my check rides, and I had many check rides in my career, and I know that sometimes, rarely, but sometimes you have an instructor that is very kind of strict, and he comes over like, you know, really harsh, and then you kind of shy away, like, oh my God, you know, now he's going to try to find out where my weaknesses are and so on. So you tense up, and that's something I criticized in the feedback, and the contrary as well. So if I had an instructor where, you know, I could feel that they really focus and emphasize to get a good atmosphere going and a relaxed atmosphere, I always praised that because I said, only when I feel comfortable, right? So I don't have to worry about anything else around me, and I feel comfortable, only then can I show my maximum performance, right? Anything else, if I have to worry about something and I have to worry about, you know, what I'm going to say and how I'm going to say it, you know, you just get tensed up, and then you can't show your normal, you know, full performance. Right, so that's what I mean, right? So that was in the 787 training, right? I made these, I made these notes, and I'll have to repeat those again and again and again. You know, my memory isn't the best, so these are the things I have to do. Lots of notes and right. That was done. Descent later. Now we still have a bit of time, don't we? Fuel prediction. Let's have a quick look here. Fuel prediction. 1845. About an hour to go. Yeah, and I mean, normally every pilot, and again, especially an instructor, can relate and understand, and they should implement an atmosphere where you can relax. That should be their job. That should be their duty to try to accomplish that. Right, okay, so quick excursion. Right, nice. So, now something not under control. I'm going to try something. I want to try... this one. I'm going to go here. So, I want to try out the stall prevention system, okay? Now, two things. We have a stick shaker. So the stall prevention system provides for pre-stall warning, stick shaker, and post-stall recovery. So pre-stall warning, stick shaker. Right? And then we have a post-stall recovery. The post-stall recovery is provided by a pneumatically operated stick pusher, which will push the control columns fully forward when activated. So both stall protection computers must detect a stall condition to activate the stick pusher. The stick pusher disconnect handle, which operates the shutter valve, which is here, right? So you can disconnect that system, but we don't want to disconnect. We want to try it out. Okay. So let's see. Let's see if we can do that. So autopilot off. Auto thrust off. And let's see. Let's see what happens here. Maintain altitude. Yeah, Nomad, absolutely. And again, I think the biggest thing for you would be to talk to instructor openly. I would think he would appreciate, or she would appreciate that. Yeah, Avimar, exactly. I mean, there's people out there, they just read something and they can memorize it. Yeah, no, with piloting. And that's something, I mean, you will not be able to fix that quickly. This will take practice. But first of all, I think that the biggest fix, the quickest fix for you would be to let your instructor know how you feel, and that, you know, you do know the theory, but you're having, you know, issues. You're tensing up mentally when trying to explain. Let him know that. Because otherwise, they may get the feeling that yeah, you don't know the theory. Right, here we go. So here's the amber band. Oops, careful. Let's trim the aircraft. Not sure why it's pitching up while we're slowing down. Come on, let's trim back. Okay, so stick shaker activation at a certain angle of attack. Let's have a look at below. Make sure there's no aircraft below us. Nope, should be fine. Okay, let's go back again. Isn't that like a green dot, like in the Airbus? The lowest drag lift ratio? Huh? Why is it not slowing down anymore? Oh, hang on. Why is, oh, it's got, hang on. Why is it, oh, it's adding thrust automatically? Hang on. It engaged automatically. Okay, huh? I can't deactivate it. It reactivates all the time. What? Yeah, I'm trying. So I have that button model. You see how it's changing, the auto thrust? But it's reactivating it all the time. Now I'm aware, yes, there is a function, like in the Airbus.
Twitch channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment
Yeah,
will be served.
I can't.
Thank
Yeah, I can't deactivate the. Pro Source, hello. Yeah, we are. Okay, let's try to get out of the green band, the amber band. But I mean, you should still have the absolute authority in the end. Yeah, now we can disconnect the auto thrust. You should still have the authority to disconnect the auto thrust. Yeah, look, it's adding, it's a green dot, and then it's adding thrust, and I can't disconnect that. Yeah, but that's just the autopilot disconnect. Yeah, that must be wrong. Okay. So that's one way. Sorry to be a little bit of an idiot when I'm saying this, but I mean, that's one way of avoiding to implement the stick shaker and the stick pusher. Yeah, that was weird as well, right? How did that activate? Okay, so now, okay, that's interesting. Hold on. We're behind the power curve. So max thrust is not enough anymore to overcome the drag. So we are losing airspeed nonetheless. Ever so slightly. Could you try a high speed or power on stall? Yeah, maybe that's something we can do. Although, I mean, it's... Yeah, I mean, let's wait. I mean, this is something that could be realistic again, right? We're on the back side of the power curve. So the angle of attack at this altitude is so big, it's creating so much drag that even maximum thrust cannot accelerate the aircraft anymore, so it's continuing to slow down. When you were learning to manage, when you change to a new type, how do you tackle the level of priority? Well, I mean, normally it's staggered anyways. So you go through, systems, so theory regarding systems, and then procedures, normal procedures, abnormal procedures. Yeah, also true. Yeah, I mean that should be now at least low airspeed warning or something, right? Here's the max angle of attack. Also, now I may be wrong, but the angle of attack is getting bigger and bigger as we speak. Okay, so the drag should also increase, meaning the speed decay should increase. So the rate of decaying speed should increase now, especially trying to climb. You can see the angle of attack there. Nice, it's about 9 degrees angle of attack. The 737 doesn't also? Okay. Yeah, okay, this aircraft doesn't have enhanced GPWS, no, so there's no terrain mode either. Right. Yeah, now it's decelerating a little bit quicker. Now it should kick out the autopilot any moment. Autopilot's still in. Look at that, 11, 12 degrees. Ah, out of trim, nose up. Uh-oh. Yeah, seatbelt signs, maybe a good idea, right? Seatbelt signs are on. Right, now look at this. Okay, let's see. 13 degrees angle of attack. Or even more, maybe.
Bank angle. Bank angle.
Upset recovery.
Bank angle.
I have control.
Bank
Oh
angle.
no.
Bank angle. Bank angle. Bank angle. Bank angle. Bank angle. Bank angle.
Is the autopilot still in? Why is the autopilot still
Bank
engaged?
angle. Bank angle. Bank angle. Bank angle. Bank angle. Bank angle.
Right, let's unload. No.
Bank angle. Bank angle.
This is not.
Bank angle. Bank angle.
So, trying to unload the aircraft. No, we're done. Yeah, is that supposed to be the stick shaker here? That sound? Oh, that's overspeed, isn't it? Yeah, so it's not responsive. So I'm applying rudder, pushing full nose down, doesn't do anything. It was nice knowing you, yeah. Okay. Right. I feel stupid now trying that, but yeah. Right, let's try to get back to cruising level quickly. Yeah, it just doesn't seem correct in many ways. So let's have a look. Let's go here. I think it was Zadar, right? Let's go here. Start flight. Hey, Amazon. Yeah, the auto throttle, you can't disconnect the auto throttle. So as soon as you get below or to the green dot, the auto thrust comes on, max power, and you can't disconnect it. So, okay, let's see if I can load everything quickly. And we'll get back into the air. Let's do that. So we have to do a workaround here. That's another thing I just do not know why. Why you can't, load the routing. Oh, was it? Oh, did I type it wrong? Okay. Yeah, but still, all the weights, for example. So once the engines are running, you can't enter the weights, and then you can't get performance data. So let me try that here. Okay, but anyways, like I said, the whole aircraft behavior, it seems weird. Early 320s were the same. Okay, good. Nonetheless, we'll have it up in the air in a few seconds, guys. Now I'm going to put in 5 tons, I think, or 5.5. So let's put instant. We'll have about 2.9, 2.7. Yeah. Instant. So fuel is in. We'll do without GSX. So we'll do 90 passengers. Instant.
Boarding is complete.
There we go. So we have that. So we've got 30.5. And block fuel is 5.4. What? What did I put in here? Zero fuel weight? 30.5. There we go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I am going to set ready for takeoff.
Ready for takeoff selected.
How many hours did it take for you to command? It was 12.5 years. It's even longer these days, but I had 12.5 years as a first officer. So short range, long range. So why doesn't the right engine not start up?
Ready for takeoff selected.
Come on. Yeah, now it's starting up. Fantastic, cool. Yeah, no with piloting again. Yeah, try to look forward. It's one of those things you know, pilots are well known for. Because I mean, let's face it, nobody's perfect. Everyone in their career will make mistakes. And yeah, you just got to live by and learn from those. Right, so let's do that. Now, done all of that. This walk is still in, fantastic. Currently locked off VATSIM. Let's get that, and then let's go. Take off. I'm hoping the runway is long enough here. So we're at 34,000 feet. Oh, come on. What's happening now? Thrust levers didn't go full forward. Yeah, but the gust lock is not thrust, is it? It can't be thrust. It's both? Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it's just the elevators and ailerons. Hang on, I want to go here. Let's go here. So it's both. Okay, well, there we go. Learn something new. It's full release. On a Dash 8, it blocks both. Wow, okay. Well, I guess it makes sense because in the end, if you kind of try to, you know, add takeoff thrust, right? And then you realize you can't. Then obviously you will know that gust lock is still engaged. Because the other way around, it would be pretty bad, right? You're taking off full thrust and then you realize the gust lock is still on. But then again, you would notice. Yeah, IRL you would notice. DC6 also does that, okay. Sorry for the delay, guys. Lima Golf Kilo Romeo. Man, I have to say, I am surprised that the aircraft behaved that way in the slow speed. And then, yeah, you can't do anything really from that. Okay, well, I'm going to do the following. So let's have a quick look here. So I'm going to put these on. Oh, hang on. fuel. It did say 2720. Instant. Oh, I think we had 85 on the flight plan. 85 passengers. Instant.
Boarding is complete.
There we go. So let's go next page here. Now we've got block fuel of 5.4. 5.4. It says that here as well. And then zero fuel weight is 29.6. That's better. 29.6. And the CG takeoff is 22.3. 2.3. No. Oh, looks good. Good, let's do. Ready for takeoff. Let's see if we're fast enough this time. And then before I forget, control log off. Interesting, so a supplementary procedure on the A320 on hot days. You start engine 2 first.
Ready for takeoff selected.
I've never heard that, to be honest. Close the crossbleed and some other items. Not ever heard of that, to be honest. Voyager, we carelessly tried to see how the stick shaker works here and the stick pusher. A bad idea. It doesn't simulate it the way you would expect it, so don't try it at home, okay? Yeah, I broke it again. My bad. Good. Right, rest should be in for now. So let's get the aircraft into the air. Right, and this time. Yeah, there we go.
Thrust set.
High N1. Okay, let's decrease the N1 a bit. I don't want to kill the engines.
80 knots.
Okay, we'll do that for a short time.
V1. Rotate.
That's great.
Positive climb.
Yep. Yeah. Alright. So flaps are already up. Let's go climb power.
Climb thrust.
Is set. So we go lever change. Let's do heading. Autopilot on. And then let's increase the speed at 250. And then we'll go... No, it doesn't need flaps for takeoff. Which I find weird as well, Jacob, but you do have flapless takeoff. Oh, yeah, okay, Bruno, you are correct. Yeah, so that can be done. Oh, it's the summer setting. Yeah. So what it does, it allows you to activate the pack 2 while starting the engine 1. So it minimizes the time for the passengers without air conditioning. Yeah. Right, let's go Lisco direct. And then, well, let's see. How many miles are we away from it? Time acceleration. Keyboard. Time. No. Sim rate. Simulation rate. Not set that yet. So let's do increase Shift I and Shift K. So let's see. So Shift I. That works.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight attendants have now been released from their seats. Shortly commence.
More or less. So we got standard set.
Remain illuminated, so please remain in your seats with your seatbelt securely fastened.
So how do I see what simulation rate I'm on? Doesn't seem right. Yeah, but the clock, it doesn't have a, hang on, let me see chrono. Seems like right, that looks normal now, doesn't it? Half? No, hang on, now it's normal, isn't it? So that's 30. 35. No, this is normal time now. Yeah, now it's normal. Yeah. Cool. Good, so if I go 1... Now it's fast. 1. So I guess it's twice the speed. So then I just press 1 Shift K to get normal speed. Cool. Good. Okay, so small excursion into the not working stick shaker, stick pusher stuff, but not a problem. Let's go RF16 again. We'll have to work to mic arrival. We'll inset that. Progress level 340 is fine. Almost there. Good. In the meantime, let's go back to other theory. So let's start that. So let's go PDF reader systems. Right. Another thing I find interesting is the difference between the lift dampers and the speed brakes. So the lift dampers are literally, oops, oh god, doesn't look that. Are literally the spoilers on the 737 A320. So on those aircraft, those are the ground spoilers to dump the lift on the ground, but also in the air, they will use some of those speed brakes, those panels in flight, usually not all of them in flight, But they work both ways. So they are speed brakes on the wings, and they're also lift dumpers on the ground. Here, however, we have a speed brake with a speed brake lever. Well, it's a fairly small lever, really, but in and out, right? Which will open those big doors at the rear of the aircraft, and I'll show that once we have normal time again. That speed brake, that lever does not extend the panels on the wings. Okay, those panels on the wings will not come out in flight. Only on ground. Bartek, it's the older, I think it's Flight Tampa, which is not officially working in 2024 yet, and that's why you have those weird trees on the airport. But there's a fix on flightsim.to for that. Right, let me go. I'm going to go heading here. Let me already intercept, and I'm going to go 330 only. Let me intercept the leg towards Obuti. So that way we can shortcut a little bit. Let me check if we have VATSIM online here, so I don't get in conflict with anyone. Nope, there's no service here. Fantastic. So we won't be having issues with anyone. Alright, let's go towards the next waypoint. Almost there. Good. Yeah, so again, lift dumper, which you can arm. However, there's also an automatic operation, even if you don't arm the lift dumpers through that button here. We'll get to that in a minute. Right, now let's go direct Obuti MAF. Let's go profile. Close that. And then we can go back to normal time. Perfect. Right, 27. Good. Alt blue 330. Good. Let's go here. Seatbelts off. Lights off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt signs. You are now free to roam about the cabin. However, for your comfort and safety of those around you, we recommend...
So we should be live time and live weather. Fantastic. Everything's good. And then 330. 330 goes in here. Perfect. Okay. So, lift dumpers. So these panels on the wings. 5 doors, I like how they call them doors, on each wing, which are operated by hydraulic system 1. If hydraulic pressure is not available, accumulators provide pressure to extend and retract the lift dampers once. Good. Automatic operations. So the arming push button is located at the pedestal. So it's this button down here. And it's used to arm the automatic extension system on the ground and in flight. I mean, only the arming, okay? It doesn't extend in flight. So when armed, the arm light, a cyan arm light will illuminate in the button. So when armed before takeoff, the system is automatically disarmed at liftoff. If the system does not disarm at liftoff, an alert will be presented and the system can be disarmed by depressing the arming push button. In the event of a rejected takeoff with the system armed, the lift dampers will extend when the thrust levers are retarded and the speed is above approximately 50 knots. Alright, so it activates a bit quicker compared to waiting until you activate the reverse thrust in an RTO case. Now, when armed before landing, the lift dampers extend when the wheels spin up on touchdown and the thrust levers are in idle. And the lift dampers will retract when the thrust levers are advanced or when the system is disarmed. The system will disarm when the arming push button is depressed. When armed in flight, the system will disarm automatically if the toga triggers are activated. Right. Cancel, cancel! Oh no, please don't tell me we're gonna have... Let's go cruise. I think we broke it completely now. Oh no. Okay. We fixed it. No, all good. Right, let's go cruise power set. And let's go. Right, actually, you know what? Let me fly a bit faster. Let me fly... Yeah, that's what I mean with systems. But anyways, we're good now. We're in flight, all good. I mean, you know, I wouldn't have to mess about with the right. No, all good. We're good. No, we're not. We may have to consider auto thrust enough. Yeah, it's having an issue with the power, the cruise power. So I can see the cruise here. Can you go to FFC speed? Selected. Hang on. Okay, manual thrust. Ah! Be quiet. Oh. We are on correct time again, aren't we? Let me just make sure we are not on time acceleration anymore. So, let me start that now. time is correct. You may, okay, you think I have a button mapped somewhere? Maybe I have, yeah. But I mean, it didn't interfere earlier, so I'm not sure why. No, CBs are not modeled, no, unfortunately. No, I'm not going to survive the beeping. Right, shall we log on? I mean, there's no ATC anyways. Yeah, let's forget VATSIM. Anyways, while we have some peace and quiet at the moment, we were talking about the lift dumpers. So this was the note I was talking about earlier. Do not arm the lift dumper system before landing gear is down and locked. So that's doing the approach. Oh, please.
You've got to be kidding me.
It seems like a reasonable... Okay, if you want to divert, guys. Yeah, that's true, Mark. So if you want to... There's something I've had to look up and read up from the real FMS FCOM. So if you want to divert, right, you would have to go to a lateral revision, and then normally by design, I would have thought you need slash and then enter the new destination. But you don't. So if you want to divert to, let's say, Zagreb or something, then you just enter the 4-letter code and use line 5 for right.
Hi BB.
And that's
all
it.
All the best for your PPA and thank you for your streams.
Dankeschön, Pilot 19. And ProSource, I'm not sure if I gave you a shout out about ProSource with the 41. Thank you so much for that. And Pilot 19, thank you so much for the kind words. No! It's like working from time to time, and then suddenly it starts beeping again. It's voice activated, yeah. Oh. And you can't clear that. No. Also, I can't clear the so here's cancel. Oh, hang on. I can go through the procedure there, but I can't clear it. It says AFCAS target. Mute the sim, problem solved, yeah. Now hopefully during descent it will get better. And also fuel safe. Fuel is 4 tons. Progress says fuel prediction. Yeah, there's still a bit of extra fuel there. Oh. Yeah, I can't activate profile anymore either. So I've broken something there. Speed, what the point? What do we want? 6.9 or something? I didn't really do much. I mean, like, seriously, like, I just wanted to try out the stick shaker and the stick pusher. That's all I wanted to do. And then we find out that we can't deactivate the auto thrust. So I would speculate that it's supposed to stop people from getting into the spin that I've been getting because he can't get out of it. So in order to avoid people getting into slow speed, yeah, you have auto thrust kicking in, and that prevents it. Wait, I'm sorry. There's not much I can do here. I can change the beeping. You can choose this beeping or the other one. Oh no. Alright. Let's see. How many miles do we have? I mean, this will be an alert that normally you would be able to cancel. If it's a master warning, master caution, you should be able to cancel it. Oh, that's neat. Look, the warn audio. Oh.
Now that's how pros do it.
Exactly. But I thought because those covers were like, you know, that you can't do it. You can't switch that off. I thought that button was deactivated. But it works. Yeah, we have to report the seal break. Now again, I feel stupid having tried the stick shaker and the stick pusher, but I mean, it's something that struck me in the manual as being, you know, a really interesting and important system to have, because it has flight augmentation, right? So auto throttle, yaw damping, step trim, and rudder limiter, right? So yeah, I thought I would like to hear the stick shaker and then see if we actually do get into a stall situation that it would push the nose forward. But that was a bad idea. Sorry to say. Yeah. However, if you don't try that, then you should be fine. You should not get into that trouble, right? Yeah, but outside of that, I still stand by what I'm saying. Is that you know, if you want to be like study level or professional, I mean, then at least have some of the circuit breakers simulated, have some failures. Also, I mean, Bruno, what do you think about the movement here of the instrument? I understand, you know, this is always like 20 degrees colder, engine 2. However, EPR N1 and 2, they always they move in tandem, right? So it does feel again very scripted in that sense. And that's the default engine simulation of Microsoft, okay. Well, good. Let me just show you then. Right. Let me show you. Here's a speed brake lever. I'm going to pull the lever. Alright, it's preventing the extension, I guess, in cruise flight here. I guess another safety feature. But again, this lever here just opens the speed brakes in the back, just like on the Jumbolino. Right, the lift dampers. So the lift dampers on the wings. All right. Let's see if I can have a nice view there. Here, these panels here, these doors as they call them. Okay, 5 of them each side. They are there simply to kill the lift after touchdown, or to have them help with the aerodynamic braking if you do an RTO. But they are not there to help you kill lift in flight. Right. So that is the difference there. So on the checklist later, on approach, after landing gears down, and that's the important thing. First, you have to put the gear down, and then arm the lift dampers. Now, there's also another interesting note here. Manual operation. So if the system is not armed, the lift dampers will extend when on the ground and the reverse thrust levers are raised. So independent on if you arm them or not, those 5 doors on the wings, they will open when you get the thrust reverse levers to reverse. And then the lift dampers will retract when the reverse thrust levers are reset. Now, of course, you have a lift damping inhibit, which would be here. And if you press that, then it switches off the hydraulic power source. And that means they will completely be switched off. So that's the damping. Right. Good. Yeah, speed brakes. Like I said, the speed brake located at the tail cone is controlled by the speed brake lever at the pedestal. The lever has an in and out position. Hydraulic system 1 again is used to extend and retract the speed brake. And speed brake extension is indicated by 2 speed brake lights at the main instrument panel, which is here. So when you extend them, then you'll see the speed brake extend light there. The speed brake can be extended when the thrust levers are below min takeoff position, or when the landing gear is down, except when AFCAS is in the takeoff or go around mode. So that's a safety feature. So if you go around and you have them open, let's say you're doing a steep approach in London City Airport, and you do a go around, and if you get to stow the speed brake lever, they will close when you move the thrust levers above the min takeoff angle here. So automatic retraction occurs, when toga triggers activated. One of the thrust levers is advanced beyond the min takeoff with landing gear up. Or maximum forward thrust position is selected, like in a windshield recovery. The landing gear lever is selected up with both thrust levers above min takeoff, so manual go around. In the event of electric failure, an extended speed brake will retract automatically but very slowly. Okay. In the event of an hydraulic failure, the speed brake will remain in the selected position. If the speed brake was extended, the speed brake will retract after in selection by the aerodynamic air load, okay, but at a slower rate. Okay, so they can close with the airflow if hydraulic fails. Yeah, we'll forget about this. There's a checklist. Right. Good. Let me get the weather. Let's get the weather for Graz. And then later. Currently, well, that's an old weather. No, let's get the current weather. That's old. Yeah, I mean, for the London City approach, for the Fokker 70, you have to have that, right? To manage the steep approach. So let's see, Graz. The wind is 100 at 3, so we can take 3-4. So let's change that, and that means we have to descend. So we have these speed brakes, I guess. Let's go down level 100 initially. Flight level change. And now maybe the warning will be silenced as well. Good. Dive. Then we go flight plan. And let's have a look at the star. And select the... Shall we try the RMP? Yeah, let's try the RNAV 3-4 center. More to mic. Insert. So there we go. So let's check the routing. So that should be A33, and then, if I'm not completely mistaken, 833, let's see the approach, RF34 center. Yeah. So we have to take the next waypoint out there. Let's clear that one out. Yeah. There we go. Now, it's telling me what? We're on path? No, that can't be right. We're way too high. So it's a good thing we're not on VATSIM, but that's why we have the speed brake lever. Now we can see the speed brake armed. And there we go. Fully extended. We're idle power. Let's go indicate airspeed. Let's dial that up a bit. Let's go 260. Oh yeah, look at that. 6,000 feet per minute. Now we go down. Good. So we have 3,500. What are you above low ground here? So 3,500. Down we go. seatbelts on. I'm gonna put some lights on already. So, descend. Yeah, there we go. We're now on path again, maybe below path. So speed brakes go back closed. And then, so we have Vagel 3.5. Thereafter we'll descend 3000. Final approach point 835. And then we have runway 34 center. So that is going to be about 6 miles. Yeah, 6 miles it is. And yeah, we'll try at least in nav mode. But hang on. No, we're not below path. Hang on. What am I talking about? We'd have to do a 360 here. Yeah, it showed that we were low in path, but that can't be right. Right. Delay vectors. Let's do progress. Let's have a look. Can we enter the runway here? Yep, we can. Speed brakes out. That is a steep angle. I'm not gonna lie. 6,000 feet per minute. Diving down. Well, the speed brakes are effective. I'm not gonna lie. I wonder the cabin though. So differential pressure. Cabin altitude still 6,000 feet. Landing altitude. I'm wondering, do we still have to set that manually? Or does it take it from the FMS? So we have 1100, 1200 roughly. Yeah, I know, right? So that obviously is a problem. We will see. Speed brakes. Let's do half speed brakes. Oh, we can't. So it's either in or out. You can't do half speed brakes. So it's like open or close. Alright, let's go back again to... And now we should be able to make it. 250 on the speed. Right. So lights are on with that on minimums. So the minimum for the LNAV VNAV will be about 1360. So we can select that here. Minimum descent altitude 1360. The minimum is set. Alright. Not enough. Not just enough yet. So, and then performance landing. Oscar Whiskey Golf. 34 center. Interesting, if you change that to meter, it doesn't change the oops, it doesn't change the distance. So we have a land distance available 3,000 meters. So we have to change that manually. 3,000 meters. So we have brake action good. Flaps, let's do 25. Auto brake medium. Import aircraft weight, live weather. Yeah, let's calculate that. So we need roughly factored 1420, which is plenty. Beautiful sunset landing here. I'm going to slow down as well. 3,500 out to Playa. Fantastic. Right. The thing is, I'm going to try to select the minimums, and I would like to fly this on profile. The problem with the profile is it's the speed, right? So if I want to go approach performance, flaps 25, speed 135, the thing is it doesn't fly 135, I think. At least it didn't when I tried it earlier. So then I may have to do it with vertical speed. Right, let's go nav vertical speed in that case. Right, well, below 250, here comes first set of flaps. There they come. And it doesn't have slats. That explains why you can't do a flaps 0 takeoff. I'm maintaining 3,500. So we have nav. Now I'm going to pre-dial 3,000. So we'll fly that. Normally, I mean, we should have LNAV. But let's pretend we are allowed to fly this with vertical speed as well. Missed approach 836, right turn, Golf, Bravo, Golf. Which is in up 5,000 feet. That is all correct for missed approach as well. Sector is 67, 36, and 83. So high terrain around us, we are aware of that. And where's my yoke? So we've got terrain clearance checked, weather radar is on, pressurization is set, yeah, slowly getting there. Then we have NFDS checked. Here comes the next waypoint, down we go to 3,000. Let's get the gear down. It takes ages for the gear to come down. The first time I thought there was a problem with the landing gear. Let's slow down. Here comes flaps 15. I like how I have the indications there. Flaps 15. Good, 3,000 until the next waypoint. Let's get the flaps to 25. So we have the gear down, 3 greens. Now I'm going to arm the lift dumpers. So approach, seatbelts are on, approach settings, check, crew briefing completed, altimeters. Oh, yeah, what was the altimeter? Altimeter is 1019. My bad, 1019. And down we go. Vertical speed, 700. And flaps to 25. Approach speed was, oops. 1 red, 3 white. Oh. Let's go. So 135 approach speed. 135. Right, let's see. Let's hope we're not going to get into go wrong. I'm going to get the flight frequency to flight path vector. Yeah, 1 red, 3 white. Not too bad. And we have cabin warned, altimeter set, must approach 5,000 to go. No, no, no. We got 1 red, 3 white. Not doing too badly here. And gears down. We have lift damper armed, flaps are 25. All good. All right, here we go. Let's get the aircraft trimmed. Let's see. Let's see how this flies. So again, one thing I'm noticing, as soon as you get a little bit above or below the trimmed speed, then the aircraft nose rises or drops a lot more than it would do IRL. So that it takes a lot more trim than what you would expect normally. And I think for people, again, people that don't have force feedback,
500.
they would tend to struggle a bit. Oh, careful speed. There we go.
Minimum.
Continue. So we need about 56, 57% N1.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Right, have the dampers activated? Let's check. They have. Let's get the reverser.
Reverse.
And we are decelerating. Nice. Yeah, hand flying is nice. It makes manual brakes.
60 knots.
So the I didn't sector all the brakes, just realized. But the hand flying is beautiful. It's very nice. But again, the only problem people will have is to kind of feel where they set the trim. And then as soon as, you know, today there wasn't much wind. But if you have a lot of wind, then and the airspeed varies, then you're going to have a lot of nose up, nose down tendencies of the aircraft, which makes flying it a lot more difficult, I think. Right, flaps are coming up. Let's get the flap correctors off. Okay, so I do apologize for the chaotic flight. I promise you, on the next flight, which will be in about 10 minutes, in Australia with the Fokker 70, we're not going to touch anything regarding, you know, systems. We're just going to fly normally A to B. Just flight, exactly. Fixing up this one. Ah, this one. Exactly, just like it's supposed to be. Yeah, don't touch any of the other things. No. GSX, let's see. We're going to park at select from map. So let's do this one here. Select. Oh! Oh, let's try that. Points. APU's available.
Having through daughter manual and cross check.
Yeah, I want to try that again with GSX. So I've done a lot of flying yesterday with this, and I have enjoyed it. So the add-on is nice, but I also stand by my comment that this aircraft is simple A to B flying. It's not intended to do anything else except A to B flying at this present time. They may add some things, in future updates. Who knows? This music is killing me. Whatever they may think is worth implementing and improving. In my personal opinion as well, I find the $70 a bit steep. But it's just my opinion. I think this should have been more in the realms of 50, because of the basic kind of layout here. Right. Yeah, so I agree, Avimar, for me as well. That price tag is just too high for what it offers here. But also then, people that have a fond relationship with this aircraft, because they've flown it as a passenger many times, or there are certain routings that they want to fly, then you will be happy. Yeah, well, that's fast. Blimey. He's in a hurry, or she's in a hurry there. Be fun. Yeah, you can change the tow speed, yeah. But it works, look. Good job. Yeah, Tio, we're doing another flight. Give me about 10 minutes. We're going to Australia, and we're flying from Brisbane to a beautiful airport called Hamilton Island. I do have some scenery for that, which should be very scenic. Let's do beacon off. Then let's do the following. APU is running. Transponder, flaps. Alright, let's read the checklist here. So, exterior lights set. Yeah, they're all off. APU is on. Weather radar is off. Then transponder is standby now. Speed brake in. Flaps are up. Lift dampers are in as well. Flight control. Oh, flight controls locked. Okay, flight controls. What? Thank you. Flight control. After parking, park brake set. Oh, disarm slides. What are they doing? What? Disarm doors, please. Chocks. And then let's request a Boeing. Good. So seatbelts off. Brizzy, yeah. Seatbelts off. Exterior lights are off. Anti-ice is off. Fuel pumps off. Okay, fuel pumps off. Is those four? No. Just those four off. And then windows and probe heats off. They're not off as well. Okay, that's all we're going to do now. Let's open the forward aft cargo.
At this time, please ensure your seat backs and tray tables are in their fully upright positions, your seatbelt is fastened, and and all carry-on items are properly stowed. Thank you for your attention.
And welcome to
hope you have
Graz.
a great
I
flight.
do apologize again for the chaos in flight. Yeah, without further ado, give me 5 minutes and then I'll restart the stream. Although all I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to restart the sim just to make sure. Is anyone planning to fly along? Because I am going to be on that sim. And we should be safe because I'm not going to try anything stupid this time. Okay. So I am going to put you guys on pause for a second. Yeah, and I have to restart the stream for the YouTube video on demand, however. So we'll end the stream here. Give me 5 minutes. I will be back.